This is basically a fun game that I play with kids whenever I work with them about playing with imagination, and it's not really super high arty, so no one can fail. It's just a lot of fun. So hopefully, hopefully you guys can dig it. It's something I call Blob Draw. So basically, you just draw a blob, and then you help kids see what's in there. So some sort of imagination. So anyway, I'm gonna put this on my fancy little doodad here. All right, hopefully we're good. So how this works is playing with a kid who's bored at home, because we're all at home and we're all kind of bored. And so what you do is you say, hey, just draw a scribble. And either I start it with the kids first, or then they can give me scribbles as well. But you just draw with a little scribble like, hey. It's an easy scribble. The thing that I end up doing with so I'll give a kid, depending on their age, I'll give them a smaller scribble or something, and so just give me a scribble, and then you try to help them see what is in that scribble, what kind of like monster is living in there, what kind of something exciting is living in there, a car or whatever, and I kind of rotate it around, give them an idea that, hey, we should look at this a different way. I just saw it. He's a bird. So you just kind of so I do it with a pencil, and then you can come in with a pen or just a pencil so that they can erase, and try to encourage your kids that erasing is for good artists. All artists erase. So we've got quality beak here. And also give them the freedom to say, hey, this is like the scribble, but you don't have to stay in the lines, because we hate staying in the lines. That's the whole idea of being an artist, is you don't stay in the lines. And so this guy starts off being a bird, right? But you don't have to. He's just giving you the outline. You just want to just give a vision for it. And you're like, dude, you know what this is? This is a giant horned bird, because birds would be much cooler if they had horns. They'd also probably be scarier if they had horns. Like maybe they would, I don't know, stab you, because they're like, dude, you guys are totally screwing up my tree. I'm going to come up and stab you. And so then, but he's got this kind of body here, but he doesn't have to have just that body. He could have like crazy, like, like legs, like out to there, and this is way more fun, because especially working with kids is you're like, you know what is boring? Drawing an actual bird. You know what is super fun? Drawing like a leg bird. And he's got to have knees. And then you just go, well, what else? You need some arms. So sometimes I talk to the kids and I'm just like, hey, what kind of arms do you want? What's he holding? And you're like, he's holding, something boring. Like he's holding a computer. You're like, lame. Sorry, kid, you did it wrong. Not a computer. What more fun could be holding? He's like, oh, he could be holding, like a corn cob. Not that a corn cob is that much more fun than like a computer, but it's a little bit more crazy. So he's like, I've got a corn cob, and I'm eating this corn cob, but instead of a corn cob, it's like actually the corn cob turns into a spaceship in the middle of the drawing. And then we can say, well, why is it turning into a spaceship? And you're like, oh, it's turning into a spaceship because, he's like afraid of being eaten by these birds, because maybe this bird's actually, he's not just a normal bird. This bird, while it looked like a corn cob because of the size difference, it actually isn't a corn cob. That's a normal sized spaceship, and it turns out it's a giant bird. And you can draw a full, like moonscape and all this kind of junk, and really just trying to work with the kids and just like, what's one louder? You go, oh, he's holding a corn cob. You're like, what's one louder? He's eating the corn cob. No, that's boring. What else is better? He's eating the corn cob that's actually a spaceship. Yes, this is better. And then, but this moon is like, oh man, maybe this bird, he is, an attacking bird, and he's not. And so this corn cob's planet. And so these guys are like shooting rockets, like, trying to help defend the bird and all, and all this stuff happens with just a small little blob. And you can come up with this whole story. And then if your kids are into writing, they can write stories about it and what happens. And a lot of times whenever I'm working with kids, they're just like, they stop. They stop after the first thing. They're like, hey, here's a circle. You're like, what is it? It's like, it's it's an apple. And I'm like, oh, come on, you help them push it. Give them ideas on how to push it louder. And like the kids that I work with, they hate it because, they're like, I'm done. And I'm like, you're not done. What's next? What's louder? And then you can go, cool, maybe you're done with the drawing part. Now it's time to color, and you can color with, of course, with anything, like, markers or pencils or whatever, this kind of stuff. And you can just go with this one small little drawing that you've got, that started off with a blob. A kid can spend 20 minutes on this, but you also get to be interacting with your kids, because you can start with the drawing. You say, okay, hey, give me a piece of paper, and you're doing whatever you're doing. You're probably reading something, hopefully, you're cooking, you're doing whatever. And you start the drawing, and then you just hand it to the kid. And then they're off and running with their imagination. And then you can, even if you want to spend more time with them, the kid can draw for you, and you draw for them, and then you just keep going and going. And there's rounds and rounds and rounds of this, which is super fun. So I'll do another one. We're going to just do, you could be saying, Brady, you're cheating because you're just giving yourself easy ones. I'm like, I don't know. I don't think it's too easy. But so a good little scribble like this. Like, what is this guy going to be? Can I see another bird? What do we got going on here? What do we got? We've got, I see him. So you look at this guy, and you're like, well, what's in here? And so for me, he's going to be kind of a turtle, all right? So he's kind of got some strong turtley things, which primarily involve shells. But remember, you don't have to stay in the lines. That's like, oh man, he's an angry turtle. I don't know why he's angry. We have to answer that question soon. So he is, yeah, this is such an aggressive turtle. I'm so excited about that. Okay, and so he's like, oh, he's going to be, what, is he a pirate turtle? Maybe he's a pirate turtle. What does a pirate turtle got in his mouth? What do pirates eat other than rum? I guess they eat rum. They can't draw rum. Maybe he's going to have a pipe. So he's like this, he's going to be like this pirate pipe turtle. And he's got a pirate hat, which I don't fully know what a pirate hat looks like. But, well, oh yeah, I think I like this. Okay, but remember, also your friends, erasers. Because good artists erase. Please help your kids understand that they're making no mistakes by erasing, and erasing is what good artists do. So encourage them, please. So he's got like, I don't know, this pirate hat could use some work. But okay, so now he's here, and then what else has he got going on? His shell is so like spiky, and so we want it to be more spiky, and then, but I think maybe he's kind of like he's a pirate, so of course he needs a boat. So he's going to put him in a boat, right? And then the boat he's got treasure, and whenever I'm working with, my kids and stuff, they're like, I'm done, Mr. Brady, I'm done. And you're like, kid, you're not done. You're never done. You help them go, well, what's inside the treasure? What's in the treasure? Like, oh, I don't know, maybe sunflowers. And you're like, oh, yes, good, sunflowers. It's like, well, what else? He's like, I'm done. I'm like, no, you're not done. What else is in there? He's like, well, the sunflowers are also growing lollipops, because that would be cooler than sunflowers. Because sunflower seeds, while good, not as fun as lollipops. So this guy this is what he captured in his expeditions as a pirate, as he went and got this treasure. And so we're going on, and he's kind of pirating. What else do you need? And sometimes I ask him, like, oh, okay, it's a boat. What else does this boat need? Oh, this boat needs like a wheel. And you're like, okay, great. Or like, I'll ask him, how does the boat drive? And so they're like, oh, we need a wheel. So we get him to draw a wheel. What else does the boat need? Does it need a motor? It's like, yeah, he's a modern pirate, so he's going to have an outboard motor. And because this is kind of contemporary pirate, although he has kind of a throwback hat because he's like a hipster pirate maybe. And then you can go, okay, cool, he's in the water, but what's in the water? Like, okay, great, there's all kinds of fun stuff in the water. So maybe, oh, of course, who wants the lollipop is a giant squid. A giant squid wants a lollipop because there are 0 lollipops down in the bottom of the ocean. And so the giant squid is super jealous of the pirate turtle, because he wants the lollipop for himself. And so you just keep going and going and telling the story. And whenever I'm working with kids, I'm like, what's next? What's next? What's over here? What's over here? What's over here? Okay, now let's color it. And they can just go forever, and really just kind of encouraging them to just have fun. And in this way, it's not about drawing well, because you see here, I'm not focusing so much on drawing as I am focusing on having fun and focusing on just the imagination aspect of it. So hopefully you guys can have like hours of fun as we're all stuck in waiting for the apocalypse, and wrestling with various levels of anxiety and all that kind of stuff. And if you want to know what's really fun and kind of anxious, anxiety giving, is doing a live drawing demo for the internet. So that's all kinds of anxiety ridden. So it just helped me with my anxiety that is normally directed towards death, towards actually just being a little bit of stage fright. So thank you guys for that. Hopefully we can do more. So this is kind of my turtle. Golly, what color is the turtle? Turtle's green. Jeez, looks like this is my first game here. First time I've ever done this. So, so we just, that is the greenest green. What is that? Anyway, that's crazy. So this stuff, so fun with kids. They just, and then you can make stories, and they just go on and on and on and on and on. And it's never ending. It's practically free. And, and it's super connecting for you. So hopefully you guys have fun with that. Please let me know if you enjoyed this, and show you what I look like. Hope you guys have fun, and hopefully you can do this again. Take it easy. Bye.